What is going on, everyone? It's GeneralTarheel bringing you the APA Season 7 Week 3 battle versus Coach Phantom and the New York Cosmogs. Coming after Week 3, we did get that unfortunate loss due to a critical hit against Coach Point Blank and the Winnipeg Blue Blastoise. His Mew ended up getting 5 kills against us, and it just got a crit on my Donphan last week, which mattered because Mega Blaziken could have sweeped at the end. But we're hoping to bounce back this week as we have a 1-1 differential, or sorry, 1-1 record with a neutral differential at 0. Hoping to get a win against Coach Phantom here, but he's got a very scary roster, and mainly his scary Uber, which is Zygarde Complete. That if Zygarde wasn't scary enough with 1,000 arrows, then you got this really bulky Pokemon with base 216 HP, and you're like, oh, okay. And the fact when it gets below 50, that's when it turns into the form, but then it gains 50% of its health. So it's like you're trying to get it right in front of that 50 mark, and then you gotta kill it from there if you don't want it to turn into Zygarde Complete. But anyways, his roster, you have the Zygarde Complete, Mega Gardevoir, Heatran, Jolteon, Tentacruel, Acelgor, Gourgeist, Tornadus T, Hariyama, Aurorus, and Lopunny. Just looking at the roster, Zygarde Complete is definitely already going to be a problem. I know that. I have a few things that can stop it from setting up. I just don't have a very strong Ice type on my team. Even then, I could eat a hit because of that base HP and stuff. Mega Gardevoir is scary a little bit. I just have mainly Klefki that can take it on well. Heatran offensive. I mean, if he brings it, I'd be looking at a Bloom Doom set in order to take on Suicune. Jolteon is going to be a very good pivot for him. Tentacruel's his main form of hazard removal, so I could capitalize on that by bringing a Ghost type if I wanted to spin block, and then hazard stack him. He's got a Acelgor for good speed and decent damage, and could be a final Gambit user against me. Gourgeist, decent bulk, solid Ghost type. Tornadus T, a very strong pivot with strong Hurricanes if he can manage to land them. Hariyama, I was definitely expecting a Hariyama, but it was like a bulky offense because it could easily take on like some of my offensive attackers. And then got Aurorus. I believe he picked this up for Aurora Veil because I know Aurorus gets it, and it's its own hail setter. It's probably his reason for picking it up. And then he's got a regular Lopunny because waifu. But for the building, it wasn't too hard. Definitely saw what I had to do with Mega Blaziken to start off. You know, the captain. Always have to have him go first. We have a 252 special attack, mild Blaziken, with 240 speed. We had a Hidden Power Ice, Earthquake, High Jump Kick, Flare Blitz. This did a lot versus team. I was expecting more of a defensive Zygarde Complete because Zygarde Complete max defense takes like below 25% from an adamant High Jump Kick. It's ridiculous. So my thought process was High Jump Kick into a regular Zygarde and keeps it below the 50 mark, and then Hidden Power Ice gets it for sure kill afterwards. And then Zygarde would have been done. So that was the goal behind that. And then, you know, just the rest of the coverage takes on majority of his team. Earthquake can kill Jolteon and Heatran with that little attack investment. High Jump Kick can still do decent versus the rest of his team. Flare Blitz can one-shot Gardevoir if he's no HP or defense investment, and of course takes out his Acelgor. Earthquake or Tentacruel's really the only Tentacruel and Tornadus were the only problems. Flare Blitz only does like a max 77 to Tornadus if he's no bulk, and then Earthquake only does 50 to Tentacruel without my attack investment. But other than that, Blaziken just did a lot versus team. It'd be something that I like. Once I take out Zygarde, then I can take it back out and then take out the threats, and then Blaziken can just do the sweeping from there. That was my idea for this game, and had the other monsters support it. Defensive Donphan, this absolutely ate anything from a Zygarde Complete. Considering he wasn't going to be offensive, it was definitely going to be easy for Donphan to take 1,000 arrows and such. I have Stealth Rock Roar, Earthquake, Toxic with the leftover Sturdy set. Toxic, it would kind of force him if he was a res set for Zygarde Complete. Also, it just gets status on anything else on his team, basically, because I like status. Roar is just in case he's set up like Coil or D-Dance Zygarde Complete. Stealth Rock, I just want the hazards up, mainly because if I get it on Torn T, then the Flare Blitz from Mega Blaziken should kill afterwards. And then we have Earthquake, of course, just to be able to actually hit stuff, and with decent damage because of Donphan's base 120 attack. And then I did put a little bit of speed investment in Donphan just to outspeed Hariyama if it came. Next up, we have a Spadef Klefki with Okaberry. This was to easily take on Tornadus, Mega Gardevoir, his main special attackers. Tornadus would be able to hit me with the Heat Wave, and that's why I have Okaberry. Mainly here just to be a nuisance. I had Hidden Power Ground specifically for the Heatran. Basically the only reason is just the Heatran, because I mean it would be an easy bring in. Also I could live a Lava Plume because of the Okaberry. Then I can go for Hidden Power Ground on and get around 50%. I had T-Wave because he has a lot of speed and like stuff like Mega Gardevoir and Tornadus. I want to make sure I can get a T-Wave off on them, or a Selgor if he brought it. And then Spikes, because if I could Hazard Stack and after like Tentacruel's gone, or if he doesn't bring it, then that's going to be very helpful. And lastly, Light Screen, because this team mainly consists of special attackers, except for Zygarde Complete and Hariyama. Or if he brings like a mixed Torn with Superpower and Knockoff and stuff like that. Next up, we have a Spadef Suicune, just to be, you know, another support. It can still take 1,000 arrows from a non-attack investment, Zygarde Complete. And then it can take on decent hits from like Torn and Mega Guard if need be. Also, it's just good for Heatran. We got Leftovers with the pressure. We got Mirror Coat just in case I can bring back those special attacking moves. Scald, Ice Beam, and Rest. I just wanted Leftovers instead of Resto Chesto just because I'm not like a Calm Mind Suicune, which actually would have been pretty decent this game now that I think about it, so that was really dumb on my part. But I just wanted Leftovers just to get a little bit more health because some of those damage rolls that were going on Suicune were kind of going to be a problem. And it's mainly just support to go behind Klefki and Donphan, even though they're going to be the main answers to the physical offense and special attack. Even though Klefki doesn't get too much bulk and he's got the Okaberry, so it's not even getting Leftovers. So I definitely need another Spadef answer to go with Klefki just in case. And then we got some more bulky offense with Ampharos, which actually has a decent matchup this week. I actually almost brought a Calm Mind Banette instead of a bulky Ampharos, which would have been pretty heat. But we got a Assault Vest Ampharos with Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Ice, Focus Blast, and Volt Switch. Very given set. Thunderbolt, you know, just for the stab. Hidden Power Ice in case I have to hit Zygarde, even though I mainly don't want to. Even though this thing can eat 1,000 arrows from Zygarde. Hidden Power Ice, yeah, like I said, Focus Blast is for the Heatran, and then we have Volt Switch, you know, just for momentum purposes. I was so close to bringing Hidden Power Ground in order to hit Heatran and Jolteon, but I definitely need Hidden Power Ice for the Zygarde. And then lastly, one thing that I was hoping to do a lot of work this week was the Latios with Dragonium Z. We had Psyshock, Draco Meteor, Earthquake, and Dragon Dance. This was basically just to boost my speed but still be a special attacking Latios. And the Earthquake still helped me hit Jolteon if need be. It destroys Heatran at a +1. It helps me hit Gardevoir once I get that weakened. I probably should have went a negative defense nature instead of a negative attack nature just so Earthquake did a little bit more, which you might see. But definitely just, this was going to be a solid set if I could weaken a few things first. Draco Meteor, Dragonium Z helped me one-shot Zygarde Complete, one-shot Tornadus. Basically anything that could be a problem, or if I didn't want to lose my -2 off Draco Meteor yet, I could go ahead and use it on one Pokemon. So definitely a sweeper with Mega Blaziken if I could get that to work. And then as we went into the battle, because this is a replay this time and it's not a live video, I was supposed to face Phantom last night, but then I passed out on my computer because I waited like half an hour for him, which I'm not going to complain about, but like we get busy and then sometimes some things just get pushed back. So we faced first thing this morning, and gotta fix this layout real quick. It was definitely an interesting morning battle, and as we see, he brought the, well, I'm just gonna, you know, slowly move this over because I'm too lazy to actually like do it correctly because I'll mess it up. And then we got Zygarde Complete, Mega Gardevoir, Tornadus T, Jolteon, Tentacruel, and a Selgor. When I was looking at prep, I wasn't initially expecting all of this. I expected, actually I think I expected everything but the Selgor. I think I expected Hariyama over Selgor. But just looking at the team when starting off, he does have Tentacruel for the hazard removal. Torn T, I have to watch out if it's like Scarf in order for it to outspeed him. Blaziken after a +1 or something like that. Aselgor, wasn't sure what that was going to be because it's just, you know, kind of abnormal to bring. I didn't really expect it. Zygarde Complete, still expecting that defensive set. And Mega Gardevoir, just expecting like full offense. And Jolteon's probably just going to be like a Life Orb momentum-based Pokemon. And going into this battle, I definitely knew that I could lead Ampharos because it did like a lot to his entire team. The only thing it couldn't really do much to is like Jolteon and of course the Zygarde, because I really don't want to click Hidden Power Ice against the Zygarde if it's defensive, because that's not gonna, that will put it into the Zygarde Complete. So it's just stuff like that I had to watch out for when I started off. But that's what I definitely led, was Ampharos here. And he led Jolteon, showing he had the Air Balloon. So immediately I just go for the Hidden Power Ice as he goes for Volt Switch. As he goes into the Zygarde, and this is where I kind of crap myself a little bit because, well, this is kind of a good thing because he didn't immediately go into the complete form, which definitely would have been a problem. Because if he was defense, he would have went into complete form right here. But he was in fact a split def Zygarde, and this already scared me. That showed that he was definitely the coil set, like no doubt. Whenever you see a split def Zygarde, you know it's the coil set. It was just a matter of fact if he's sub or not. But either way, if he was sub or if, you know, just normal coil, like Rest Sleep Talk, then I could just go hard Donphan here, as he does have the leftovers. But I just go hard Donphan, and I just click Roar the following turn without there being a problem. As he sets up the coil, and he does go for the 1,000 arrows this turn, and, you know, Donphan just eats that up. Look at that, 24%. Num num. As we go for the Roar, and he does bring out Jolteon. I figured he had Hidden Power Ice here, but just in case he didn't, I stayed in. This is really dumb because Donphan took so much damage just for me to get off a Toxic because I couldn't hit this Jolteon on Air Balloon, which is very good prep on his part. But I opted to go hard Ampharos here, as he goes for Heal Bell, which is interesting. So he has a way of getting rid of status, which is very cool. I hard Donphan again just for me to get a little bit of leftovers, knowing he'd go for Volt Switch. And then this time I make a hard switch into Suicune, predicting the HP Ice, because I do have a Spadef Suicune that can eat up a Volt Switch and get off a Mirror Coat, as I go for that this following turn. But he gets that read and he goes for the Thunder Wave. So, of course, nothing happens, and knowing this, he'd probably switch, but I felt like I still wanted to click Scald here just to get off damage on anything. And we do get a burn on the Gardevoir coming in, which is very nice. And right here, no doubt in my mind, I go hard Klefki, because this is just an amazing switch. Yeah, as he Mega Evolves and goes for Hyper Voice, only doing 25, not too bad. Not sure what he was going to switch into, but I know I just wanted to go and get up a light screen of mine. Because, once again, you see his team consists of very heavy special attackers. And then I get up a Spike, because I'm not sure what this Jolteon was going to do. And then as he makes a switch into Tornadus, I made a hard switch into Ampharos, knowing he might not want to stay in, and Ampharos can take on majority of his team. I went for Hidden Power Ice here, because Spike into Hidden Power Ice would have killed the Zygarde. And he went Jolteon knowing that, so we get rid of his balloon, which is very helpful. And we're both going to just spam Hidden Power Ice here, because I'm definitely going to be doing more than he is. He decides to make a switch here into the Tentacruel. As I just continually spammed Hidden Power Ice, I have no problem just clicking it. And right here I went for a Volt Switch as he went for Rapid Spin. Kind of wish I went for Thunderbolt, but I just didn't want to risk it, I guess. Thunderbolt I don't even think would have killed. But he got the Static Para, which is pretty cool. As we get to Latios, and now I can get up a free Dragon Dance and scare him hard. And now I don't want to reveal the Earthquake on this Jolteon because I can easily kill it with Psyshock right here. And this forces him to go into Gardevoir, as I'm capable of just going into Klefki and just bringing in this Gardevoir again, or getting on Klefki and getting up like a light screen or something like that's going to be very helpful. As he goes for Hyper Voice, there's another even 25% here. As he goes hard Zygarde, and I doubled into Latios, knowing he didn't want to stay in against Klefki of the possible Flash Cannon. So right here, I dropped a Draco just in case, because if he went Lati, it wouldn't have really mattered. Or, sorry, if he went Gardevoir, you know, it just does nothing, which isn't too big of a deal. as he goes for a sub while I go into Suicune, which is kind of scary. And he shows he has the T-Bolt, and that does like 38% to Suicune, so that was kind of, wow. But we get a Scald. The crit didn't matter, it took out the sub anyways. And then he decides to go hard Tentacruel here, which is very fine. I decided, I was really considering to rest here, but I decided I was at a decent amount of health already, so I just went to hard switch into Latios, hoping to get that momentum back as he goes for Acid Spray, which is pretty cool tech. I love that on Tentacruel. So I still want to get up another Dragon Dance here just to scare him out still. Always forcing that Gardevoir in. But we will just be able to kill it with a Psyshock here. So now Tentacruel's gone, so I'm capable of getting up Hazards if I want. Klefki's very free. And he went a Selgor here, and this made me really believe he was Sash, so I was scared and I had to go hard Klefki. And Klefki absolutely walls this thing, like, easy. And he goes hard Zygarde here again as I wanted to get up a Spike, just because I wanted to break the Sash if he was Sash. And once again, I just go hard Donphan for this Zygarde. And we just eat that 1,000 arrows, only doing 18%. Leftovers puts us in a good spot. I wanted to get up a Toxic just in case, because if he switched into anything, I'd go Toxic. His Teal Beller is gone. Roar really wouldn't have done much if he like went Torn, and then he went something else would only be taking a spike damage, not two things. So, but I let Donphan go down. I didn't really want anything else to take 1,000 arrows. And now I can just go hard Lottie here because I do scare him out with the Draco Meteor. As he does go Gardevoir, and I can freely click it because this Earthquake should kill Gardevoir, but no. Apparently, he was an HP and Defense Mega Gardevoir in order to live one hit from an Adamant Flare-Blitz Mega Blaziken. That must be a lot. I didn't bother calculating it, but that must be a lot, because when I was building for my mixed Blaziken, a non-attack investment Flare Blitz from a Mega Blaziken one-shotted a Gardevoir without any investment. So that was a lot of investment in that Gardevoir, probably. Like, I mean, it must have been. Like, I don't understand how he took that so well. But basically, if Latios killed this, either way, I calced it, and it was still a low roll. Like, it was a low roll with that Earthquake, which is very unfortunate. So I get 2 low rolls on Earthquake in a row with the SDL in here, which is kind of spoiler, because I know this is going up before SDL, but you'll see it tomorrow, so it's whatever. But, basically, if I got off that Earthquake, he'd be forced to go a Selgor again, Klefki walls, stuff like that. But either way, if I was capable of getting up a Dragon Dance against the Torn, actually, not even that. I can just click Draco Meteor at this point, or Dragonium Z, actually, on any possible switch in, and it just gets one shot. So that's the one thing. If Gardevoir actually went down, I probably would have had a better differential this game. But then I just go hard Suicune, and I didn't really know what I wanted to go to. I wanted an Ampharos healthy for the Tornadus, as I just click Scald here just to kill the Gardevoir. And he opts to go a Selgor here, as Suicune is still in. I just opted to get the rest. I didn't think he could kill me with anything, and shows Giga Drain still wasn't enough. So we get up the rest, and then we're back at full, which is very helpful. And once again, I decide to make the hard switch back into Klefki. And I'm not 100% sure what play I made here, actually, because I know he's going Zygarde. That was the obvious play. I forget what I did. I went hard Suicune. Oh yeah, because I needed him to take a little bit of toxic damage. This following turn, after this turn of toxic damage, Mega Blaziken kills it with HP Ice. But he shows he is a rest set, and that scared me very much, because I knew he was going to be the Sleep Talk set. So right here I go for High Jump Kick, and I get the one crit. The one crit I will never ask for in my life. Because High Jump Kick, like I said before, even though he's not a defense, he's a special defense. High Jump Kick still put him right in front of the 50% range. If he was defense, it would have done like max 35. If he was Spadef, it did like max 45. Either way, he'd be in the range of Hidden Power Ice still after a High Jump Kick. And that's why this scared the crap out of me, especially when he goes for Sleep Talk here and he gets the 1,000 arrows. Luckily, I live. If he was complete form, that would have killed me because I'm mild in nature. I'm minus defense. But then he gets his Power Construct, and then he gets all his health. And I go for Hidden Power Ice, and gotta hope this Sleep Talk doesn't do anything that will kill me. And he gets Sleep Talk Coil. I was hoping for Sleep Talk Coil or Rest, and luckily he gets Coil. And we do kill him after the leftovers here, because he is in range. that was a lot scarier than it needed to be. 100%. But I was expecting Torn here was the only thing that could live, but he goes to Selgor, so I was surprised. So I'm like, okay, I'll get this kill. And he's got Water Shuriken. Very cool tech. That's the reason he brought his Selgor. I totally forgot that thing even got Water Shuriken, but of course it's a ninja, so it has to have it. And he goes hard Torn here as I go in Klefki. And I get a nice pair up because the yellow paint is the best in the game, as you can see. Now, he was trying to click Heat Wave here, I know. But between my Oka Berry and this light screen, if that Heat Wave hit me, because we don't know yet, but he is Assault Vest, it would have done probably around 10% for that Heat Wave, because of my Oka Berry and the light screen. But either way, he gets parried, which still sucks because damage matters. And then he gets parried again, and I still know he's going for it, so now I'm going to go hard Suicune. I just wanted to get another spike up, because this spike ensured if he was an HP invested a Selgor, then those two spikes would get me in a better area for Ampharos in order just to click Thunderbolt and win the game. So that's the reason I got it up. As he goes for a Heat Wave, and he just misses this one, which is awkward. But I just want to click Ice Beam here, hoping I'll wake up, not being the Rest Talk set or the other set. Just considering going Klefki here just so Suicune's at a better thing, but I just wanted to burn these turns of sleep. And figuring knowing I'd wake up this turn, I still want to go for the Ice Beam, predicting that he'll expect me going for Mirror Coat, and he does as he goes for Hurricane. I still want to click Ice Beam. I don't want to risk any Mirror Coat, as Grass Knot does kill me here, but still don't know if he'd go for it. But he opts to stick with Hurricane. I live on 2%. I didn't want to rest again. I just wanted to keep any possible damage on him, just so he'd be within range of other things. As he goes for the U-turn, which is smart because he'll get his regen here. As he goes into a Selgor, and now I am going into Ampharos. Right here, I want to make sure his Selgor was not a final game at a Selgor, so I decided to make a hard switch into Klefki. Because if Ampharos went down to that, then I lost the game, because Klefki cannot touch Tornadus within a Power Ground. As he just goes for the Water Shuriken here, and I opted to set up my light screen again. And I go for the T-Wave, just Selgor, just because any, paint could be nice. As he goes for a Spike, and I knew I needed to go hard at Selgor here, because I didn't want him to get up 2 spikes on my next switch, because otherwise he's taking too much damage. And that Water Shuriken between an AV and a light screen did 1%. That was amazing. But we get a free T-Bowl here, and we take that out. Okay, so the Bug Buzz I don't think would have done too much. He was Expert Belt, so actually let me just go ahead and calculate this. Y'all can see it too. Because I actually have it pulled up. He was Expert Belt, not Life Orb. I don't know if he was... he was probably Max Special Attack. Let's just calc that. So behind Light Screen... Yeah, no, he did nothing. Behind Light Screen, he did 11 to 13 with Bug Buzz. And then Tornadus couldn't do anything afterwards. So that play didn't really matter, that para. And then Hurricane, look at that. We just eat that. It did 7%. And then Thunderbolt can just kill him at this point. And Ampharos does get up to the last 2 kills. One of the bottom tiers on my team, and he gets the last 2 kills to get us the win for week 3, which is very nice. Phantom did get a little bit of unfortunate hacks, but it wasn't something too drastic. It was mainly just that Tornadus getting parried. The Selgor para didn't matter because there was no possible way for him to actually hurt Ampharos too much. But basically, that was just a very scary game at first when I saw Zygarde was a Spadef set, considering my main ways of killing it were special attacking moves. As most people will probably go, because that's majority of Ice, is either Hidden Power Ice or Ice Beam. Because otherwise it's, Icicle Crash, and that's only on the, like Mamoswine, Weavile, Sneasel, stuff like that. So... that was a very close game that actually scared me. I was still hoping we got that kill with Latios on Gardevoir, because then we would have been in a much better position. It wouldn't have been such a close game after that. I could have won with maybe a 4 differential max if I played really carefully around the Tornadus and such. But, and the Selgor, considering I didn't know if it was sashed or not. But, either way, we still got the win, which is very important. Hopefully I can get a win more than just +2 differential right now. Because I got a +2 win, then a -2 loss, and now a +2 win again. So hopefully we can bring it back even stronger next week. As we will be taking on... who are we taking on? we will be taking on the Tennessee Trevenants and Coach Matt Archer. So hopefully we can get that nice win. I believe we got a win against him last season. Yeah, we did, when he had the Gliscor Celesteela on Mega Swampert team and whatnot. And just to look forward to it is Mega for the Tennessee Trevenants is, or not the Mega, his Uber is, I believe it's, oh, he's got Protein Greninja. So make sure to look into that for next week. Check out my SDL. That'll be it for me. Make sure to sub, like, share. Deuces.